Fretboard awareness is everything. If you don't know where you are on the neck, you can't play intentionally. Not rhythm, lead, not chords, and anything you play becomes a guess. And most guitarists, even good ones, are still navigating by counting from the nut. And that is slow. It causes hesitation, and hesitation is where mistakes and doubt come from. Now, the interesting thing is, I don't think the guitar was ever designed for you to count frets. The fretboard, how you can see it and how everything is designed, isn't random. The dots are not for decoration. They're there to stop you counting in the first place. Eyup FretHeads, I'm Ricky. In over 36 years of teaching guitar, I've seen this so many times, even with players who know shapes, scales, even songs. But the moment that they move position, they feel lost. And this is usually where that changes. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand why the dots are there, why the fretboard repeats the way it does, and how to move around the neck confidently without counting. Now, ironically, the guitar is built on maths. Long before guitars existed, Pythagoras, the triangles dude, described how string length ratios created pitch. When you half a string, you get the same note, just higher, and that's called an octave. And on guitar, you can see that happens at the 12th fret. At the 12th fret, the string length is cut exactly in half. And that's why the note repeats. That's why the octave exists physically on the instrument. And that, in my mind, is why there are double dots at the 12th fret. Those notes are not just there to help beginners. They are there and they are showing you the geometry of the fretboard. And once you understand that, then something important happens. If you learn the fretboard from fret 0 to fret 12, you already know the entire neck. Everything above the 12th fret is the same notes, the same shapes, the same chords, the same scales. Nothing new appears, it just repeats but higher. And this is where most players make life harder than it needs to be. They keep counting. 15, 17, 19, 21. Those aren't new places. They're just the same as 3, 5, 7 and 9. Just one octave higher. Now let's talk about what you can see when you look at the dots themselves. Single dots appear at frets 3, 5, 7 and 9. And notice what's missing. There are no dots on 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Now that isn't an accident. The dots actually reflect the interval structure of the octave, and they show you where you are within that 12 fret cycle. They are landmarks. They're not telling you what note you're playing, they're telling you where you are. And this is the reason why counting starts to fall apart. Counting up and down the frets is step-by-step thinking. It's a very mental process. It's slow and it pulls you out of the music that you're trying to learn. The dots, on the other hand, let you navigate by relative positions instead. It's like using landmarks instead of street numbers. You don't count every turn when you drive somewhere you know. You aim for known points along the route. So once you know where the 7th fret is, you automatically know where the 6th and where the 8th fret is. You don't need dots there. You use the dots to find the frets without dots. That should be the shift in your thinking. And this is where we turn the idea into something physical. Now, this exercise here that I'm just about to show you isn't about speed, it's about removing hesitation. I call it the dot burn exercise. I made a video on that and a tool to help you. I'll put links to all that good stuff in the description below. But here's an overview. First, look at the dots on the side of the neck. One finger is all we're going to use. And what we're going to do is we're going to mark that fret with that finger. Make sure to build in fretting this cleanly because we want to build that in as well as a good habit. Now, this rule matters more than anything else. Always look at the target fret before you move. It's the same principle as throwing a dart. You aim first, then you move. So, start on the 3rd fret, move to 5, move to 7, move to 9. Then reverse it, move to 7, move to 5, move to 3. Don't rush it. Always go for accuracy first, because remember, speed is a byproduct of accuracy. Then start mixing directions. The point of this exercise isn't the pattern. The point is what your brain is learning. You're training your eyes and your hand to move directly to landmarks instead of stepping through numbers. And here's the insight that most players miss. Once your brain knows where 7 is, it knows where 6 and 8 are automatically. So dots teach you where to find the frets without dots, and that's why this works better than counting. Now look at that 12th fret, double dots there. That's your instant octave marker. Finding 12 dots is absolutely immediate, much faster than counting up from 1 to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, there's 12. Much easier. You just see the double dots and you know you're at the octave. And like I say, 15 isn't 15, it's 3, an octave higher. 17 isn't 17, it's 5, but it's an octave higher. Same shapes, same ideas, but now you're in a new register. And this doesn't just apply to single notes. Chords repeat too. So I'm going to play a D chord here at the 2nd fret. And assuming the guitar is in tune, if I move this up to the 14th fret, we get the same chord. So what changes isn't the harmony, it's the voice of the chord. And in my mind, the guitar has voices like a choir. It has a bass, it has a tenor, it has the alto, and it has a soprano. These same notes exist in multiple places, but each has a different emotional weight. So that means that scales and licks are vocabulary, and moving ideas between voices is phrasing, it's storytelling. And this is the real point. Music is communication. At first with yourself, then with the listener. The dots aren't there to teach you patterns, they're there to remove friction so ideas can move freely. Once the dots stop being decoration and start being landmarks, the fretboard stops feeling so difficult and challenging. And if you want the next step, this next video shows you how to use this map to find notes and chords instantly anywhere on the neck. Watch that next.